Imagine for a moment a vast landscape where every step you take leads you closer to something new, something surprising, something already within you, just waiting to unfold. You can picture this landscape in your mind, can't you? And as you do, there's a small realization. Each step you take, no matter how tiny, brings you closer to a deep understanding, a new belief you already knew was possible. That realization, it just sits with you, like a seed planted, waited to grow naturally. Now think about a time when you learned something new, something you thought might have been difficult, but then, as you began, it just felt right. In the beginning, it may have seemed like something that you couldn't master, but then with each moment, it began to feel easier, more effortless. It was almost as if the process unfolded naturally, without effort, as though it was simply meant to happen. Isn't it fascinating how you can allow that kind of effortless growth to happen, even when you least expect it? You see, sometimes the mind works in such a way that when you focus on something specific, like your own potential for change, something unexpected happens. It's like a spark that can light up an entire room, unnoticed by you, but always there, quietly guiding the way. So you might begin to notice that the more you reflect on this idea, the more you can begin to trust it, knowing it's there, always available, just waiting for you to become aware of it. And as you continue to think about this process, you might begin to wonder, what if it was just that easy? What if everything you needed to unlock change was already within you, quietly waiting to be recognized? And as you consider that, you might notice how this question, this simple question, opens up a new pathway in your mind. Doesn't that feel like a powerful shift? Can you feel it now? What if you could ask yourself just the right question at the right moment and discover a whole new world of possibilities right in front of you? It's like standing in front of a door, and the question you ask is the key to opening it. And as you turn that key, you realize that this door has always been there, waiting for you to step through. And so, as you continue to walk this path, you may find your thoughts become clearer, your decisions sharper, almost as if, when you ask the right questions, you can unlock the deeper parts of your mind, the part that already knows the answers. Because isn't it curious how, when you just ask the right question, everything begins to shift in ways you can't quite explain, but you feel it, don't you? To the answers, they seem to emerge, as if they're always there, just waiting for you to recognize them. This, of course, is only natural because when you believe that change is possible, you open yourself to the process of discovery. The mind, in its brilliance, works in mysterious ways. You might not always be conscious of how your thoughts shift, but you can trust that they do. And it happens almost like breathing, without conscious effort, and yet it's profound. Now imagine, just for a moment, what it would be like if your beliefs about yourself and your abilities began to shift naturally, effortlessly, like the gentle unfolding of a flower. Can you see how each petal opens just at the right time, as if the flower knows exactly when to bloom? And with every step, you might notice the power you already possess, expanding with each passing moment. Doesn't that feel just right? To know you can allow change, growth and transformation without struggle, just by believing it's already happening. So at every moment, as you become more and more aware of your potential, you might begin to notice the way you see the world changes. Things that once seemed difficult, perhaps even impossible, they now seem more approachable. And isn't it interesting that this shift, it can happen so quietly, so naturally? It feels almost like the world is unfolding to meet you exactly where you are. What if I told you, by simply acknowledging your own potential, by becoming aware of the power that you hold, you can begin to shape your experience, not with force or effort, but with ease and confidence? Isn't that an empowering thought? Imagine just for a moment how much freedom you can experience when you let go of the need to struggle and embrace the ease of your natural ability to change. What if I could show you how to begin using these powerful beliefs, these subtle shifts in perspective to open new doors in your life, to unlock new possibilities? What would that be like? Just imagine all of a sudden everything became easier, more aligned, simply by changing the way you ask yourself questions. What would you say to that? And as you reflect on these ideas, how do you feel them becoming clearer within you? It's almost as though you can sense this quiet shift taking place. Each moment of realization, each belief that feels more true than the last, is simply part of the process. The more you allow it to unfold, the more natural and effortless it becomes. Isn't it amazing how, without even trying, things begin to shift? And as you move forward, you might wonder, with all these new beliefs and possibilities, what you can do next. You might notice that as you take small steps, these changes become so ingrained, so natural, that they just feel like part of who you are. What's even more exciting is how this process continues to unfold, like a spiral, always growing, always expanding, always leading you closer to the best version of yourself. And so, with every question you ask yourself, with every belief that you challenge, you begin to create a world of possibility, one small, powerful shift at a time. Imagine how different things could be once you fully embrace this process, knowing that everything you need is already within you, just waiting to be unlocked. Isn't it exciting to think about where this all can lead?